Let's try again. Starting. Looks like I'm back. Let's try again. Looks like I'm fucking back. Welcome. Welcome, you fooks. See if I figure this shit out. I'm going to start recording just so I could back this shit up. I could back that ass up. I'm back. Cuck Norris. Let's get this tip jar back in place. 8 watching now. I had to start a whole fucking new stream. Let's see. Let's pull our shit together. Let's do that. How's that sound, guys? You all down for that? Let's all pull our shit together. Let's fix the tip jar. I'm gonna talk quietly and calm. Let's do this. Fix my tip jar because I'm anal. I like anal. And yeah, I'm gonna go in here. There you guys. I see all you guys. There's 15 you guys watching. Hi. Fucking YouTube. Can I get a fuck YouTube in the chat, please? I'm gonna talk nice and calm. Oh fuck. Oh my god. What a bunch of shit. Seriously. YouTube, you could suck my dick. Welcome back to the MMA-Holes, where dreams come true and shows fall apart. Pop out chat. I'm just going to talk really calm and cool. I need some scotch. Do you guys see me? Let's move this around. There we go. We're going to put this like this. Like that. Okay. That's good. That's nice. That's good enough. I can't. I can't with this. I'll fix my tip jar. YouTube's broken. And I will be ranting to YouTube vigorously as they can lick my balls. Right? Right, YouTube? You can lick my balls?
Lick my balls.
That's right. I think we're back on track, which is nice. It's good to see all of you guys back in the chat. Yeah, so YouTube, quick story. YouTube is a big piece of shit. Like, I can't describe how big the piece of shit is. It is so big. It's like one of those shits that when you flush, it just doesn't want to go away. You know? It just sticks. It's still attached to your ass. It's one of them kinds of shits. And basically, YouTube is that. It really is, especially with the live streaming. They haven't gotten their shit together with live streaming, YouTube live streaming. Don't worry, I'm just fixing my tip jar. Don't mind me. Don't let me bother you guys. Thank you all for coming back to the MMA-Holes. Luke Thomas is there. And yeah, there's okay, we're looking at my screen. Okay, guys, we're back. Hi. Welcome back. I can sip my coffee, and it's good to see all of you guys. Thank you for coming back to our shit show. I don't get it. I don't get it. But we love YouTube. Remember when we had none? Yeah. YouTube is the best platform for this. It really is the best platform. I don't even know what my fucking thumbnail looks like. What is my thumbnail? I don't even fucking know. Who knows? Who knows, right? But we're here and we're live. And joining us shortly in 8 minutes is our friend Fangirl. If she didn't watch this and see the complete meltdown. But I am recording this video. So if it does go awry, I will have a recording of it. And we will definitely be swole and sexy together. I have no idea. Let's see. Tough 25 Redemption episode 6. It looks like it has everything there. It still has the Brady Ferguson. Let me just double check something real quick. And then we're going to get this party going. Guys, welcome back. Brady Ferguson.
Super chat.
With the super chat. Okay, that works. And everything is good. We have 8 likes. We'll do the 10 like dance again. Fuck it. Why not? Yeah. So, all right. So basically, let's just stop talking about tough. Let's just leave it alone for now. I'm going to bring it back up with Fangirl MMA, who will be joining us shortly. And here she is, Fangirl MMA. Here she is on YouTube. Check it out. To the living room. Oh, good. I got to fucking change this too. This is just, it's such cringe. I got to literally reset everything now. You motherfucker. Okay, let's go like this. Let's go like this. And boom, Fangirl MMA. There is her YouTube channel. Check it out. We're going to go to the Google Zooms because I have to reset everything. Because YouTube sucks a bag of dicks. Oh my God, YouTube, you suck. Here's the Hangouts. Okay, the Hangout's good. Kayla, Fangirl MMA. Kayla will be joining us shortly if she hasn't seen my complete meltdowns. And she'll be here. We'll talk MMA. We're going to be talking about Tough. We're going to be talking about how she got into the game. We'll also be talking about a whole bunch more stuff with our friends and family. Welcome back to the MMA-Holes. Get Daddy a beer says, stop the tough, bro. Time to bang. Just let me bang, bro. All right, everyone's back, and we're
hanging with the boys
on a dysfunctional Wednesday night. YouTube has completely went awry, but we're good. We're swole. We're back. It's good to be back live. Now, guys, let's just forget about Tough. I rated it a 4. Julian Lane lost. I feel she's going to come back. He's going to come back in a wild card round, and that's enough of that about Tough. Yeah. Right, John?
Wonderful.
All right. Okay, everything's good. Now we have one thing to take care of before she gets on. We have this. Topics. It's time to dance. Topics. Let's get the topics out. Topics. Yes, okay. Let me bang, bro. Here we go. Cody versus TJ is off. We spoke about that. Romero versus Whitaker. 213 is happening. It's a definite. It is happening. The thing that's weird about this whole thing is Nunez versus Shevchenko is going to be the main event. Do you guys believe that that should be the main event? I know it's for a title, but God, I do not care. I don't care about Nunez versus Shevchenko 2. The first one, I was booing the shit out of that first fight. I'm just not down with it. And it's happening again. I do feel this fight will be better than the first time around. I just don't want to see this at a main event. I just don't want to do it. And Romero Whitaker's number 2. It's another case of the co-main is way more interesting than the main event. That is that. Next, we have DJ versus TJ. Is targeted for August. Okay, August. DJ versus TJ. But there's a little bit of a problem with this whole situation. DJ wants to come down to flyweight. He wants TJ to come down to flyweight and have one fight before that fight. Mighty Mouse, you're an idiot. Enough. Seriously, enough. If he drops down and cuts down to your weight class, just fight the goddamn guy, please. Just fight fight TJ at that weight if he comes down there. He doesn't have to. No, just fight him. Stop it. Marlon donated. Thank you, Marlon. There she is with her donation. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you, Chris.
And I love you too, Marlon. You are wonderful. I love all of the MMA holes. Everyone that stuck out that madness that just happened with so crazy, man. So crazy. We got 10 more likes. Back rolling on a Wednesday night. Let's get the party going with John dancing. 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Whoa.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes.
Fuck you, dislikes. 10 likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I hope the dislikes die of AIDS. Thank you, Dancing John. We are back in business. Thank you, Marlon, for the beautiful tip. And I do appreciate that. So, yeah, basically, Mighty Mouse is dodging TJ. All right. A Glover versus Gus is this Sunday after the stream shuts down. I need you guys to let me know if you want to fight, buddies. It is early. 1 p.m. Eastern time, it will be going down. So if you guys want that, fuck it. Let's do it. The MMA holes were blown off last night. Wait, that's not news. That's Jeremy Holloway blew off the MMA. What? That's not a topic. That's not right. I mean, no. Who wrote that? That's not news. That's not news. It's not news. It's not news. It's not news.
Wonderful, wonderful.
UFC 214, Aljamain Sterling, the gentleman from Long Island, New York, is fighting Renan Barão, which is a very interesting one. It looks like it's going to be on the John Jones card, 214. Why do you keep on saying 2014? 214. And also, the Korean Zombie and Ricardo Lamas are on that card. So that should be an interesting card. I feel Renan Barão is going to run over Sterling. Hope it doesn't happen, but I do feel and see that's going to happen. GSP is in limbo. Bingo. Bisping is still lobbying for the fight. So Bisping still wants it. He still wants a GSP fight. But Dana White's like, no. Enough. So GSP versus whoever wins the 170 fight. GSP goes for the championship and blah, blah, blah. No more GSP Bisping, according to the UFC. But Bisping still wants it. And we also had the name for the MMA-Holes. We had the cringe name for the viewers that were that come on random nights. We did discuss that. So we will talk about that after we talk to Fangirl MMA. After we talk to Fangirl, we will discuss the names that you guys talked about on our last video, or 2 videos ago, or 3 videos ago, or however many videos. You guys put like 100 comments on there. So let's go through those names. Let's talk about it. And it should be fun to see your suggestions because I did laugh. I did laugh multiple times about that. It was very enjoyable. All right, here's the chat. Live chat. The cringe chat. Goes along well with my cringe show and YouTube not getting their shit together. Barão will dominate, says Thomas Brown. I fucking 100% agree. Would anyone want to see Stipe fight a chimpanzee in the cage? That's a good question. Connor, would you like to see it?
Yes, sir.
All right, Connor wants to see it. So if Connor wants to see it, then that's good. That's very nice. That's very wonderful. Because whatever Connor says goes, right? Fred About says, would anyone want to see... I fucking just read that. Happy Day says, DJ has nothing to gain, though. TJ isn't a champion or anything. So you're saying that it's not even a super fight. TJ needs a few wins. So Happy Days is agreeing with Mighty Mouse. I look at it this way. I think Mighty Mouse should just be like, come on, bro, you want to come down here? Let's go. Let's bang. Let's bang, bro. Let's bang. I think it would do a lot for Mighty Mouse, especially because Mighty Mouse has been active in, outside of the octagon. Mighty Mouse has actually been saying things, that are a little risque, not un-Mighty Mouse-like. So credit to Mighty Mouse for doing that. I feel that this would help out his situation a lot if he's just like, fuck it, let's go, TJ. Now, if you're saying this because you think TJ will run over Mighty Mouse, which is a good chance, then I understand. If Mighty Mouse is scared, then fine. Yeah, TJ, come down and fight a couple of fights. But I don't know. I don't think it's a super fight, but I definitely think he'll be actually back on a pay-per-view where Mighty Mouse hasn't been for God knows how long. A champ, pound for pound, top of the list. Mighty Mouse hasn't been there for how long, and this might put him back in the swing of things again. So that's my opinion. I heard your opinion, and all your opinions count. Your opinions matter, and so do mine. Mexican says, TJ deserves a shot. I agree. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll back. Says Marlon. Forget about it. Is laughing. Better later than never, says X-Ghost. What's up, X-Ghost? How you doing? Great fight tonight on Tough. Brian Roger, I agree. I said it on my recap, but YouTube shit themselves. And I had to start another stream and this and that. Hey, guys, YouTube is giving me shit as well. I'm going to try and live chat from my phone. 1 sec. All right, so Fangirl. Yes, wait, so what's going on? So the Hangouts is not working? The link's not working? Let's see. Let's see if the link is not working. You can come from... So just a heads up, the Hangouts is not attached to... Oh, here we go. I'm going on from my phone. Let's see if we get Kayla on from her phone. This is... This is one of them shows where you just look back and you're like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. And what sucks is we shared the show on social media and stuff like that, and it just shit the bed. It definitely shit the bed. YouTube is really not cool tonight. This has happened one time before. I thought it was my internet. I troubleshot everything. And let me see. I'm going to... All right, I sent the link. Let me see if this link works first. So we get Kayla in. On the MMA-Holes Live, because we are wonderful, wonderful. So now I'm going to join in as myself. Let's see. Join. Okay, it works. Yes.
Yes.
I'm talking to myself. Yes.
Yes.
So we have a guest. Hold on. Let me go to the guest room. Oh, hi.
Hi.
It's Chris. With the backdrop. And an echo. Okay. So the link works. All right. So Kayla, it does work on the phone. Yeah. The Hangout should be different than YouTube. So it should be fine. So if it doesn't work on the computer, try the phone, but it should work on the computer. It should. It definitely works on the phone. So if you want to jump in on the phone, you can do that as well. Welcome to the MMA-Holes shit show, where everything is falling apart, and we are crashing and burning tonight. There are 31 people watching, and welcome. Welcome. It's good to see you guys here. It's good to see all you guys in here. Let's see what we got in the chat room, because the chat room's where it's at. Hey, X Mexican says, you have a date from the prom yet? Banging with the boys. Hanging with the boys. It's such a mess tonight. I should have drank some scotch tonight. It would have definitely took the edge off. Friday will be random night, and we will get sexy. Don't worry. That stupid quote by Bot again. Much luck, buddy. Chris, you need a tech dork to help you with this thing. So basically, I am pretty nerdy when it comes to streaming and all this shit and technology. So I'm pretty good at it. The problem is, and I could use a producer. I could definitely use it. The problem is, it's a YouTube glitch. So what happened before will it will come up fine. It's streaming. It's a glitch with the link and the streaming and stuff like that. I've seen it happen to other people as well. And it is bullshit because some people run some pretty damn big shows. And this show is the best show on YouTube. You know, you can't have these problems when you're the best show on YouTube. Brian Roy just hanging with the boys. And thank you guys for hanging out with the boys because you guys are awesome in here. It's feasting time, says Jay Smooth. At least you're not ugly. As like Luke Thomas. Get Daddy Beer says. That's a wonderful, wonderful statement.
Wonderful.
Oh, fucking Luke Thomas. Fuck that guy. And fuck YouTube. Where is Craig Lee? Says Happy Days. Poor Craig Lee probably had enough and he's like, I'm out of here. Let's see. Happy Days. I'm here, bro. Oh, here he is. Okay. Brazilian Twister. Should be an annual tradition across the entire country, says Jay Smooth. That is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Marlon working at midnight, says Jed Hud. Happy Day says, LOL, there you go. He is a half-breed ginger, says Joseph Crutchfield. Chris, like I said, keep your motherfucking head up. We got you. G-Man, I do appreciate it. We have, like, the strongest bunch over here. Everyone that's inside this phone is so fucking badass. It's not even fucking funny. So when shit goes down on this show, and the ship just starts to sink, you guys always come back, and I do appreciate it. You guys are fucking awesome. And you are badasses. Uh-oh, hold on, guys. We have something going on here, and we have a guest. All right, back in business. Well, would you look here? Hold on, let me put my face on for you.
Yeah.
That's right.
What?
Yeah.
What's going on? We have a guest. It's tradition for you to dance.
We got a guest
on the MMA-Holes. Everyone's dancing in the chat right now.
We got a guest.
All right.
On the MMA-Holes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, MMA-Holes, everyone around the world, we do have a guest. This is a special experience for me right now. We have Kayla from Fangirl MMA joining us on probably the biggest shit show night of the MMA-Holes. Kayla, thank you for working it out with us, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. I know. Night was full of technical difficulties for sure.
Oh my God.
I to bail on you just to see you like lose your shit without a
Oh God, that would have been probably the best meltdown. Actually, I probably would have just fucking shut the stream down and just trashed my whole fucking studio. Actually, you could see right now, I'm looking at you over here. I look at the MMA-Holes over here, so you get to see a little bit more behind the scenes, a shitty cam. Apologies for that, but that's how we run this deal. So, accept my flaws.
My setup in my bedroom, it would probably be super embarrassing.
Well, that's how you do it here on YouTube. That's pretty much how we run this shit. We don't need this beautiful scenery and stuff like that. We are just so good at what we do that it just happens, right?
It's true.
All right, guys, let me just do a proper introduction here. Kayla from Fangirl MMA is a good friend of the MMA-Holes. She has an awesome YouTube channel, a great Instagram as well. I have the Instagram right above my head. You just peek up there, Kayla Fangirl MMA. And the best part is, not only is she pretty, but she is a MMA extraordinaire. She's very knowledgeable about the sport, and that is one of the biggest reasons why I want to have you on. Not because, I want the chat room to start whacking off. No, that's not it. I want a... Oh my God, I can hear him now. If you put your head close to the phone, you could actually hear the disgustingness that's going on in that chat. Is it making you uncomfortable?
No, I'm flattered.
Apologies about you having to come on the phone, by the way.
This sucks holding my phone.
That's all right.
I feel like I have my laptop set up.
That's all right. Don't worry. Make yourself comfortable. It's good. There we go. All right.
We're all
Atta girl. There you go.
all of this.
Oh my God. The whole chat room right now is igniting into flames because they're all excited to see you on here. Now, Kayla, first off, did you get a chance to see The Ultimate Fighter?
I did. I had the night off finally and got to watch the show, I guess, live and not on DVR. A little bit more exciting this time.
I agree.
The last couple weeks were a little boring.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think when you have a good fight, it helps. It helps you out, and the fight was entertaining. What did you think about the actual fight that happened on the show?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is I think the last few fights, have been good. But as far as this drama, and I think, like you said, now that we know that the fight between Cody and TJ is cut, it's kind of like, why listen to this drama of, you left the team, no, I didn't, back and forth all season long. But it was interesting to see the two coaches get into it. I thought that was pretty hilarious. And they said it was like dads fighting. Did you catch that?
Yeah, the way they were going on Ludwig. What do you think about that whole situation with Ludwig? They are just so butthurt about him taking TJ over there, and maybe it was a snake move. I don't know. I wasn't there, but man, do you think that they have a right to just constantly keep going with this thing? It seemed like they kind of let TJ off the hook, and they were just focusing on Ludwig being the bad guy. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that, like you said, they just can't let it go, and maybe it's for TV, ratings, and to try and keep this fight build up because they knew that people were going to want to see all this tension. But it's kind of like, it's going nowhere. They just keep arguing about the same thing, and then the coaches are arguing about the same thing, and I don't know. To me, it's getting kind of lame.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have watched it tonight had I not had the show planned to talk about it later.
I want to bail in the worst way. I've watched a lot of Ultimate Fighter, and I always just fast forward, go to the fights, and then go from there. But I figured, hey, it would be fun to recap the show. We got the MMA-Holes hanging out over here, and it'd be kind of cool. But after, I don't even know why I'm still doing it, but that's the only reason why I'm watching. I mean, would you even be watching the show at all if you weren't doing what you're doing?
I mean, I think so. It's just this season that's a little bit boring for me. And I mean, again, because we know the fight's canceled, it's just, I like the idea of the redemption, and I think tonight's fight was really cool. I think, like you said, that, what is his name?
Julian Lane or...
Yes, Julian Lane. Yeah, I think they should definitely bring him back for the wild card because, I don't know, did you think that fight got called too short?
The way he was complaining about it, I didn't have a problem with it. I really didn't have a problem with it. He was getting the shit kicked out of him. The guy was so high up in that mount, and he was just pummeling him. It didn't look like Julian really was going to get out of that situation, so I'm not upset. And another reason why I'm not upset is I do feel he's going to come back as a wild card, like they said, too. I think it's inevitable.
Yeah, I like the fights. It's more just the coaches that I think are a bit boring.
Yeah.
After Joanna and Claudia, that season was so good, and I think about all these other seasons that got me really into the show, Rampage and Rashad and all of that good shit talking. Cody and TJ are kind of like lame.
Yeah, I feel it's so forced now. It's like they just feel they have to put on this show, and it's just, the song and dance is getting a little bit old. Guys, we're hanging out with Fangirl MMA on the MMA-Holes Live. Finally, someone attractive to look at other than me. Well, we have Marlon as well, but that's why I try to bring attractive people on here so I don't have to look at my face, It's a damn shame.
They all love looking at your face, looking at the different variations of the beard.
Yeah, it's definitely it's interesting. It's an interesting thing. We have a live chat going on right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck as we talk. But before I pluck, I would love to get a backstory. How did you get into the whole mixed martial arts scene, and what inspired you to do what you do?
Yeah, so since I can remember, I think, well, I mean, since I was like 5 or 6 years old, I've always really been interested in journalism. I don't know why such a weirdo where I just liked like watching people and like writing about it or videotaping people like a little creep. Just best mindset. Uh-oh, looks like I lost you. Okay, no, I didn't. And so yeah, I always knew I wanted to be a journalist, some sort of reporter. I also watched a lot of like Charlie's Angels, you know, with my mom, like whether it be, you know, the new stuff, the new movie and TV show, or the old school stuff. So I always liked like girls that were badass and could kick butt. And I don't know where my love for MMA came around. I dated a few guys that did MMA, so I was always around a dojo and around different fighters. And I always respected the sport. My brother and dad were in MMA. And then one of my serious boyfriends actually watched Strike Force and, you know, obviously going into the UFC, and really got me in MMA where I was watching it a bunch. And yeah, I don't know. It just all kind of fell into place where I was like, if I'm going to do any sort of sports reporting, I think MMA is for me.
I have to say, now, were you into any other sports, or MMA was pretty much the one thing that kind of stole your heart?
I liked football and hockey. I guess I liked a lot of the contact sports, but yeah, something with martial arts just gets me really passionate about it.
So yeah, I love all sports. I'm like a complete fanatic about sports, but it's funny how mixed martial arts it just stole me. And I'm obsessed with it. And I think because there's just so much on the line that just gets me going with the sport. So I think the passion that the fighters have, it rubs off on the fans, you know, and the fans get super passionate about it. And
yeah.
So, okay, here we go. Jay Smoot says, I'd hit that pussy with a chocolate tomahawk. They don't.
I wore my all the MMA-Holes were probably in their onesies and pajamas. I thought we were having a pajama party.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what. You could show up in a Mickey Mouse costume, and they'll find a way to make it uncomfortable inside that chat room over there. So, yeah, be prepared. Brian, all right, let's see. All right, so I'm not sure if you have the live chat up, but I can pluck from some of the things. All right, let's see what we got. Mexican says, ask her if you usually does her hair like a
like what?
Ask her if you usually does her hair like a retard, or this was a special occasion. He actually wrote that like a retard. So yeah. So anyway. Oh God. They want you to stand up.
Sorry, hating on the hair. I thought it was cute.
Listen, I mean, I'm telling you right now, no matter how hard you try on this show, how hard anyone tries on this show, it is the cringiest bunch of motherfuckers, and it's my fault because I encourage this stupidity. So,
No, I bring more people on here that they can just humble and bring back down.
You know what? As long they will never. Last night I had Justin Sumter on, a friend of the show, and I've met Justin in person, and I can guarantee a lot of these guys will not say the things that they're saying to Justin in person, along with a lot of other people. So they have fun. They have a little fun doing it in here, and I allow the stupidity. So anyway.
Yeah, no. It's all in good.
Right now in the sport of MMA, you got your Conor McGregor who's playing around with Floyd Mayweather. Ronda Rousey is donezo. Right now, who stands out as the top dog of the UFC, male or female? Who is the one that you think is the big cheese of the sport of UFC?
The big cheese. I think if we're talking UFC, I think Joanna, with her last fight, all of those records that she broke, I think that it seems like she's been asking for a big push, and now after this last win that she got, they're really going to push her. You know, she's kind of, obviously women's MMA, there's a lot of controversy and people talking about how they get a bigger push just because maybe they don't have as many stars in there, or, so many people have been pushing for a women's division and women to grow bigger in the sport. But I think she's definitely one that's standing out. But there are a lot of these new kids that within this last year are coming in and just making such big names for themselves too. Let me think of, I was going to say like Yair Rodriguez, but obviously he just lost to Frankie Edgar. But I know he was starting to make his name. I really like Lando Venata. I know that he doesn't have this like big pull and big draw when you hear that name, but I think the true fans have seen his fights and are excited to watch him get down.
Venata.
What about you?
The Venata is a great one, and it's funny that you say JJ. I've been fucking eating out JJ for a long time. I love that girl. I mean, it's a weird way of putting it, but JJ is fucking. I always talk highly about her. I love that girl. The way she strikes is, I think she's the best striker in the league. Real quick, I just looked in the chat, and Joseph Crutchfield says she's cool. We love her now that she took all the harassment. So see, this is what happens. You usually take a beating on the way in, and then they start, getting.
Oh, now they like
you, and you're spitting knowledge as well. Right now, the big cheese of the UFC. Let's think. Okay. Well, my Connor is not. Well, where are you? You're over here. Connor is not there, and Connor is pretty much the legend of UFC. And fuck all the Connor haters right now in the chat. But now that he's not here, the guy that stands out the most to me, it's a loaded question because it's either who's the big money guy or who's the biggest name right now. And the biggest personality for me, and I'm definitely going to catch some heat for this.
I keep having you freeze. I hope I didn't lose you.
No, you're a little frozen. Yeah, it looks like the Hangouts froze on you a little bit right there. I don't know if you can still hear me. Let's see.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
It's just a lot of faces that
That sucks. Well, I do see you and I do hear you. If you can hear me, we'll just keep it going. It's no big deal. I see your beautiful avatar right there. This is one of them shows. This is oh man. Well, anyway, I don't know. Do you hear my voice now? Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I was basically going to go with this. What was that?
I said that you're all good.
Okay, cool. All right, so basically what I was going to say, the Black Beast. That is my guy right now. The biggest personality. When he fights, it's a freaking show. I love the pounding on the chest, the pounding on the floor. I love the grabbing the mic, saying the dumbest shit ever. The Black Beast, I get more juiced up than any fighter right now in the UFC. And I know a lot of people in this chat are going to be like, Chris, are you fucking out of your mind? And I called it before the year started. I said before this year started, the heavyweight of 2017 was going to be Derek Lewis. But now, I'm going to say this. The fighter of 2017 is Derek Lewis. I feel that this guy he's the ticket. He says, I don't care about a belt, this and that. We know he cares about a belt. He's just chill, getting his back rubbed, and just winning fights. And that's my guy. That's my pick.
Yeah, I mean, that's an awesome pick right there. Like you said, he just plays as like really relaxed guy. Like, oh, this is just for fun. I just like getting punched in the face and punched in the belly when I got to take a shit for fun. But I can see him going after the belt because he's fighting Mark Hunt next, and then he's already calling out Francis Ngannou, who he knows they also are pushing, for that title fight next as well. So I think your prediction's pretty spot on.
Yeah, well, Ngannou is great. Ngannou, I am not taking anything away from that guy. My problem with Ngannou is he's too much of a sweetheart. I didn't realize how nice the guy is. He's an animal in the cage, but he's like such a softie outside of the cage.
Yeah, I like Derek's personality. You know that you're going to get something crazy out of his mouth.
Well, here's another question for you, too. Now, Derek Lewis is controversial, and he says things and he posts things on social media that could be a little bit edgy, possibly sexist. Now, as a female, following the sport of mixed martial arts, what do you feel about his comments outside? Sometimes he does take it a little bit far, and I can understand how people could be offended. Do you find his comments offensive at all?
I don't know if I've heard any of his comments directed just towards females. Do you have a couple on hand that you can tell me about?
All you gotta do is go on his Instagram, and he posts like the craziest shit. He'll post like some just bizarre, wild shit, then half naked women twerking and stuff like that. And he likes ladies. I can't blame him. He likes the ladies. So.
blinded by a good twerking video because that's impressive. Not everyone can do that. So fast and see if I can find something that pisses me off.
Yeah, we need to know right now if you're pissed off. But I have a couple of people that have spoken to me, and they're not Lewis fans outside, but I just think he's funny. I mean, he's not for everybody. He's not for everybody. Let me look into the chat right now, and I see people are on fire right now. I see Ngannou. Connor does what Connor wants his ex-ghost, and Connor says, yes, sir! That's right, Connor agrees. Ngannou, ex-ghost says that, so do I. She probably gives a good brain, like she went on good school. Okay, Ngannou will be the next champ. Mark my words, says Thomas Lynch. Saying Ngannou's going to be the champ, it's very possible. I mean, it doesn't look like he's losing anytime soon. Do you want to see an Ngannou versus Derek Lewis before one of them goes to Stipe?
Sorry, wait. I was reading something. Were you asking me or the girl?
How dare you? How dare you read on my shit? No. Ngannou versus Lewis. Would you like to see that before one of them get a title shot?
Ooh, good question. Well, yeah, because let's think about it. What do you think is going to happen in the Lewis and Hunt fight? Someone's probably going to get knocked out, right?
I would put a lot of money on Derek Lewis putting away Mark Hunt. I would definitely, if I were a betting man, I would totally be like Lewis all the way. As much as I respect Mark Hunt, I just think at this point in Mark Hunt's career, I think Lewis is literally going to stomp him to pieces.
So I think maybe he should wait to fight either Stipe or Francis for the title, you know, just depending on how much damage he takes during this next fight. Because how many times has he fought within the last year? Like 2 or 3 already, right?
Derek Lewis?
Break.
Lewis, he took a little bit of a break, but it seems like every time he gets back in,
he's going for that title.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We want him to be 100% when he's going for that title.
That's true. That is true. And Lewis, he did admit to when he said he had to take a shit against who was it? Brown. He said he had to take a boo-boo. He finally revealed that he had 2 broken ribs from that fight. So
I hear when you break a rib and also got to take 2.
What was that?
Same feeling.
Oh, like you have to take a shit. Yeah. I think I'm going to break my ribs after the show and just test that theory. I'm going to try that out after the show. I'm going to bust one of my... I hope I never have a broken rib. That just sounds like it sucks. Have you ever broken a bone?
I haven't, but my mom said that she either almost broke a rib when she was carrying me or possibly did or fractured it. Wow. And it wasn't fun.
Were you trying to punch and kick your way out of the womb?
Starting from the beginning.
Now, did you... okay, so now, did you ever think about training in MMA, or do you just like the journalism aspect of mixed martial arts?
Yeah, so like I said, I used to date mixed martial artists, and I would mess around a little bit with them or with the friends at the dojo and gym. Back then, I didn't really ever think about training and pursuing something. Now, again, watching it, you know, as much as I am, I kind of wish that I don't know if I'd actually ever take a fight, but I wish I would have jumped in and maybe, you know, just tested myself to see if I could get there, because it does seem like a really fun challenge. And now that I'm as old as 27, I think that my fight career would be a little rough if I tried to start now. What about you?
I am a white belt in judo. Yeah, I worked hard for that belt. I was about 12 years old, and I made white belt. I
think you share a picture of the ceremony.
Yeah, it was great. It was really great. I was in very good shape as a 12-year-old. I was like an Adonis. And I fought a yellow belt, and I got the shit kicked out of me, and I never did it again. I played other sports, and I never did it again. It was funny. I was big into hockey. I played a lot of hockey as a kid. But it's funny. This sport, I've only really got obsessed with it like about 6 years ago. I got like hook in the mouth, and I was like, let's do this. I'm into this. So unfortunately, I jumped into the whole thing a little late in life, but when I jump into something, I am hardcore, and this is just stole my heart, man. I love everything about it. I watch so much about the sport, and I just keep on trying to learn about it. I wish I was a little younger so I could, you know, take my swollenness into the sport. I can't even say it with a fucking straight face. But yeah, I just love the sport. I wish I was a little younger when I could have trained and stuff like that and gotten a chance. But I live through everyone else now. That's what I do. That's what I do over here.
So what years ago got you into the sport? Like got you so passionate about it?
You want to laugh?
Was it a certain fight?
The thing that got me into the sport, and it's such a lame thing to get someone into MMA, is Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen.
Um,
Chael fucking Sonnen. Now, I am not a wrestling fan. I am not a wrestling fan at all when it comes to like professional wrestling, WWE bullshit. But I do like the art of trash talking mixed with real fighting. I find it mesmerizing. I love that shit, the theatrics of it. And then you get to the opportunity to literally punch someone in the face or kick them in many places. And I enjoy that. And Chael Sonnen, his antics with the whole Anderson Silva thing. And I mean, that really got the hook in my mouth. And then Anderson Silva was the shit. Like, that guy to me was like, he was the best. I would literally drop everything to watch an Anderson Silva fight. And he was the guy that really, really got me going with it. So that's what kind of pushed me in the direction of the UFC and all that fun stuff. And then I creeped into Bellator, and then everything else I was into that as well. What about you?
So wait, how excited are you for his fight at MSG then?
0%.
No.
I have zero excitement. After the Tito Ortiz fight, that was it for me. It was like my heart was broken. That fight was just the biggest piece of shit ever. Like, I was just like so let down. I didn't really expect much from that, but it just sucked. The whole thing sucked. And then the shit afterwards, it felt like it was fake. I'm starting to believe it wasn't fake, but I don't know. That whole fight just let me down. I feel Sonnen behind the mic is where he belongs. You know, make him an announcer, making him an analyst. I think he'd be great behind the mic. But as a fighter, I'm done with Chael Sonnen. Totally done with. I need him back on steroids and talking shit. That's what I need.
I got to go to the Bellator press conference with him and Tito.
Oh, good.
And I'm telling you, like, everyone in the room impressed with like his wit and his timing, but at the same time, you were just cringing and feeling so uncomfortable because you didn't know what was going to come out of his mouth next.
You know, it's funny. The thing I like about him too is he's got like a whiny voice like myself. So he is like, you know, it's gonna be like this. You know, like that's a terrible Chael Sonnen, but it's like the most annoying voice ever. But the wit behind the voice makes it tolerable. Yeah. You know, so I do like the way he could deal with the tools that he has. I mean, he's flexing on stage like he's the biggest guy in the world, and he's not. You know, but he's flexing like he's like Mr. Universe on stage, and it's hilarious. You know, how was that live though? How did you get that opportunity to be at that press conference?
Yeah, so I've just been trying to get in with a big news outlet so I can get more credentials to go to these fights and fight week and get more interviews. Obviously, grow my career and for my following and for my whole brand. But, Bellator and Viacom, they're operating out of Santa Monica, and I live pretty close by. So up to them because it was the local fight. They happened to let me in and get credentials. Actually, no, that's not true. They denied my credentials for the fight, but he said that I could come and enjoy some of the fight week stuff, like open workouts and everything. I don't know if it was an accident or what, but on the calendar of events, he had listed the press conference. And I thought it was weird because I'm like, wait, I was denied credentials for this, but I'm going to show up because I have this invite here. And I was with every major news outlet at that press conference. It was really intimate, only about 20 of us. And I just felt so out of place. And I wish I had been rehearsed to ask a question. But yeah, I somehow kind of snuck in there and ended up making some networking friends with interviews like the ones, that I have coming up and the one I got with Cyborg. So it ended up working out, but I don't even know really who messed up and got me in there, but it was cool.
And speaking, let's segue from to that. Chris Cyborg, you had the pleasure of being able to do an email interview with her. And it's kind of cool how you got to do that before the whole craziness happened at this retreat. How did you get that opportunity to get that interview?
Yeah, so, I mean, I kind of wish I would have gotten an interview with her after all of this craziness, but I'm sure she's being hit up by a lot of press. yeah, I had met with some people, made friends with the right coaches and media people, and now that I'm working alongside with ringtv.com, using those credentials with that magazine and everything that they have established, I was able to get an interview with her, but it was only via email because I guess she's been pretty busy. So she gave me some pretty interesting answers. I mean, she's really interested in coaching the next season of Tough Out now that she has this possible battery misdemeanor prison time luring it above her.
Yeah, it's crazy. The whole thing is so. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna get Cyborg, so I went after Magana on Instagram, trying to get her the next best.
I wanted to ask you, your opinion with that, because you definitely, had opinions about Cyborg when I was doing my live chat. But what do you think about all the drama?
Well, hold on, Chris. Chris is actually here. Chris, come on over here.
Oh, yeah?
Chris, what do you? How did you handle this situation with Magana? What'd you think?
Well, the bitch called me she called me the guy from SOAR, so I just fucking punched her in the fucking face.
Well, that's not nice. You shouldn't do that.
Well, she's a fucking bitch.
All right. Easy. Just stay over there, Cyborg. Yeah, Cyborg comes on every once in a while, and she hangs. She hangs out with us. It's great. No, Cyborg. I am a fan of her skills. I am a big fan of her. It just sucks the whole steroid thing being hung over her head. It just kind of, I mean, you look at her and you're like, Jesus Christ, this girl is definitely played with some banned substances. So it's tough to not wrap your head around this whole thing. But she does look like Jigsaw, the puppet, though. I have to give it to Magana on that one.
I mean,
are you gonna get in trouble?
I don't have a comment. Yeah, who knows what inspired the character of that movie.
You think they got it from her? They're like, all right, we need a puppet. And then like Chris Cyborg's like fighting in the background and like, oh fuck. There's the puppet. Oh man. Let me ask you a question, and I know we get a little derailed and we say some really fucked up things about fighters, and one day I'm sure I'm gonna get japped in the face for the stupidity that I say, but I look at it this way: it's all in fun and we're having a good time. We're having a little fun, but apparently we know not to make fun of Cyborg that much if you are going to meet her, because she will swing. She will fucking swing. So yeah.
And you wouldn't be surprised if she's inspired fighters now to just like punch someone that's pissed them off or taken it too far. So we better watch what we say.
I think we should. Now, who scares the fuck out of me is Al Iaquinta. He scares the shit, or Iaquinta, or whatever the fuck his name is. He scares me because not only is he batshit crazy, but he's not far from me. So I could run into him at any time, and if I say something terrible about Al Iaquinta, he's going to slap the food out of my hand and fucking punch me multiple times in the face and sell me a house. So what do you think about Al? Did you get to see that interview on Ariel Helwani?
I didn't get to watch the interview, but I definitely read the highlights of it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that the fighters are sticking up for themselves. He's definitely one of the more vocal guys. But, it's the time right now. People are really unhappy, and I think it takes people like him up. But yeah, I wouldn't mess with him, especially if he lives close to you. You better just talk about how he's the big cheese of the year and how he's your favorite fighter.
Oh man, you're gonna see one day. You're like, whatever happened to that guy that had those panic attacks on his Wednesday nights when the show goes down? Oh shit, he got the crap kicked out of him by Al Iaquinta. He can't walk anymore. So yeah, that's
just
not cool. What was that?
Be sure to just get it on camera.
Yeah, I have a camera on me at all times just in case these situations do happen. But I was riveted. The whole retreat thing. I actually told you in private, but we do have someone that's lined up that we really want to get. Unfortunately, this person's in the news a little bit. So it's like, fuck, it's a little tough right now to get past these things that are going on. But I was riveted by this whole retreat thing. Now, I'm just going to give you my point of view real quick, and then I would love to hear yours, because I like to talk a lot, if you haven't noticed. The retreat was mesmerizing. Like, seriously, like anything that came up, any video that came up, I had to watch it, because I thought this was the biggest slap in the face that UFC and Reebok could ever do. And they're just getting 500 fighters together and they're like, hey, look how great this is. And all the shit that came out of it was fantastic. It was gold. what was your opinion on this whole situation?
Yeah, so I know I had read earlier in the year that, they usually have these yearly retreats, but this one was supposed to be a big one because obviously the new owners were going to or speak up to the guys about what the plan is for and address all of the frustration that the fighters have. But I read a bunch of fighters that are coming out saying that, I think that over the weekend, a couple fighters finally stood up and made a scene that got everyone to kind of chat, and some people are hopeful now with stuff. But I don't know if you saw Gegard Mousasi. He said how Kobe Bryant came in and was like, as athletes, we need to know how to invest our money, and you guys should invest like $100 million and see what happens when you do stuff like that. Sitting there and saying $100 million, like we haven't even been close to reaching that amount of money just because our sport doesn't pay us. So I think a lot of them are coming out, and over the week we're going to see how this retreat really was behind the scenes of all of the cool toys that they got to see.
It's insane. It's such a slap. I was glad that some of the fighters actually stood up for themselves and be like, guys, are you kidding me here? Like, is this really happening? Like, what was the funniest part for me was a lot of these videos was, people having a good time. And then you see the New York crew, the Weidman, the Volante, the Ali Quinta, the Aljamain Sterling. And they're like, oh, New York is here. Oh, I'm like cringing. I'm like, oh, what is going on? And they're just like, yeah, we're here. They're on each other's shoulders. Their fucking shirts are open, slapping food out of people's plates. All New Yorkers. Let me explain the East Coast. We're not all like this. Most of us are, but we're not all this fucking stupid. Jesus Christ. Coming from the West Coast, what do you think of us mooks from the East?
I hear nothing but great things. I feel like everyone's really entertaining. I like a person that's really blunt. I come from Hollywood where everyone's very fake and kind of, bullshitting you, and you don't even know if you're really meeting the true person that you're talking to. So I kind of like your guys' bluntness and kind of hard, whatever personalities.
Yeah, we don't.
What do you think of LA people? Been to Hollywood?
I haven't. I want to go in the worst way. I definitely want to go. I need warm weather in my life. I'm such a wuss when it comes to cold weather. So I need to go to the Hollywood, the LAs. I need to do this. Eventually, one day I would love to visit, and I probably never come back. But I haven't been there. I'd love to go. As the people, I think you guys are great. I think the fact that you're so chill, it seems like everyone's high. Is everyone walking? I just feel everyone is just high. Do you smoke weed?
I do occasionally, yeah.
Nice.
I'm California born and raised, and my parents came from that hippie older. So yeah, the ganja was around the household pretty often.
That's awesome.
In Venice, they are. In Venice, California, you can find a lot of stoned people.
Yeah, I got into it in college, and I got so stupid. And I was like a bumbling idiot. I'm the worst high person in the world. Like, I'm just the worst. I'm just a bumbling moron, laughing at everything. I already laugh a lot. What do I need to laugh more? So I drink. That's what I do. But I noticed everyone from LA and Hollywood, everyone is constantly high. Like, everyone's having a great time and chill and smooth. And I kind of like that. I kind of dig that.
Yeah, well, if you come, I'll definitely have to take you somewhere you can experience the Cali weed.
yeah, and then you have the bumbling idiot walking around with you. Nah, probably wouldn't be a good idea. Let's check out the chat now, guys. We have Fangirl MMA hanging out with us live in the MMA-Holes. It's exciting. The meltdown is over. I'm fine. I'm comfortable. I'm confident. I'm cool. And in the chat, if you have any nice questions for Fangirl MMA, drop them in there, and that's where we'll read them and try to be as nice as possible because she seems like a very nice person, and we don't want to chase her out right yet. Now, how does it feel to be on the MMA-Holes? Like, I mean, this is like your big break right now.
Yeah, like I said, this is a humbling experience. I'm excited to be here. I was wondering about the hairdo. I know that I'll never wear this in one of my videos.
Oh, no.
So thank you.
Yeah, they have a knack of so far the worst question I've seen some bad ones. I've seen some really bad questions in there, and we've definitely asked fighters worse questions. Oh, here we go. All right, Kayla. There's a gentleman in the chat right now. His name is Fears Vlogs. Now I have a question. Are you spoken for?
I'm not.
Oh fuck. Oh my God, Fears. There's a gentleman in that chat that is he seems like he fancies you. He's in all caps, so he must be screaming at us right now. But yeah, she's just a Fears, hit on this young lady over here. She seems like she has a bright future. Okay, enough of that. Anyway.
Now, are you saying fears or fierce?
His name is Fears. Fears as in like, oh, I'm scared. Fears, like, which has got to be the coolest last name ever.
Fears.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you said fierce, like he wanted to be my new best friend.
Yeah. That's what it is. No, he's scared. Well, he has a scared last name. I don't know. But it sounds like a fucking movie star name. I wish I had a fucking cool name like that. I have a long Italian last name that has like 14 letters and vowels and yeah, whatever. Anyway, what am I talking about? I've lost my mind. Yeah. So where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself going with this whole MMA career? Do you like, I like to preach like this man over here, this man Connor, this guy over here. I like to just think big things and do big things. I feel whatever I can put my mind to it, I can do it and I'll be the best. So where do you see yourself with the whole MMA career and what's going on in your future? Where do you see yourself, let's say in 5 years?
Yeah, in 5 years, I like to try and keep that Connor mentality too, that no limits. My dream job is to do interviews. I like pre and post fight interviews. I think that's where my strong suit is at. So whether it be for a big news outlet where I get to travel and go to all the different fight nights and fight weeks, or whether it be working for a big promotion like UFC, Bellator, any of the other ones. Oh, sorry. Were you saying something?
No, I was just going to say that working for one of those organizations is like a dream come true. It would be great. And I could definitely see you doing that. You did have an opportunity to work with an organization recently. Was it an MMA? Was it kickboxing? What kind of event was that?
Yeah, so it was it was a Muay Thai fight night, but I feel like it was more mixed martial arts. That was where most of the fighters had their strong suit, but people were pulling out all sorts of stuff there. But it was in Vegas. It was my first big event. It was called Real MMA. And yeah, it was super exciting. I got really sick, actually.
I have nerves or just... you pregnant or no? Wait.
No, I'm not pregnant.
Morning sickness? No.
No, but I'll get really raw with you guys just because I know that this is what you guys like. I don't know if I got food poisoning or what, but I was like throwing up and shitting myself like an hour before the event. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to actually do it. It was so terrible. But I know that that's like any other promotion, it's kind of like, it probably won't be as bad as that. It really tested myself.
So now, do you think it might have been partially nerves or you were just sick? Yeah, the nervous shits.
I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen again, but it was really dramatic. Yeah.
Now you do realize when you become big and famous, I'm going to take that sound drop and I'm going to be playing it over and over again. It's the best.
Then I'm going to call my friends Cyborg and to come and kick your ass.
Yeah, I got you back. Don't worry about it.
All right, stop it. That's fucking funny. And you know what, I actually have a business on the side. I actually try to make real money instead of doing this. I wish I could do this for money, but unfortunately that's not the case. And anytime I have a big job, I would get so nervous where I would get sick. I would get the nerves. I would get anxiety. I would get panic attacks. And this is pretty funny. When I had the opportunity to work for Premier FC, I got to do like the Joe Rogan cage announcing and all that shit. And I was like, yes, this is the shit. This is what I want to do. Fuck around, fuck with the fighters, get in that cage, be on TV. And I loved it, right? And I thought for sure that it was going to be a complete, I'm going to shit my pants, I'm going to vomit, I'm going to be so nervous. And surprisingly, that wasn't the case with this. So now I'm starting to realize, okay, maybe this is something that could happen. This could be something that I could pursue since I'm cool with it, How do you feel when you're interviewing people? You have fighters, you have people on your show. How do you feel? Do you get nervous? Do you feel calm, cool? Do you have a lot of notes? Do you come off the top of your? Do you come off? Do you come? No. Do you? I don't. What am I talking about? How do you go about doing that? Do you feel confident in what like the interviews and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I mean, one, that's awesome that you feel really calm and collected, and don't say that you won't make money off of this because, like you said, you have that mentality to get there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see you doing. I think you'd actually be great to take over like a Joe Rogan or some type of commentary. But leading up to it, I think if you do your research and do your homework, you feel really confident. And in the moment, especially like you said, when we're passionate about stuff like that, I don't get nervous at all. Like I was super nervous an hour before because I was still, like I said, very sick, and I had to put on a tight little orange dress, and I don't know, I was so worried that I was going to be like in the middle of an interview and just lose my shit. But for whatever reason, I got into survival mode and I was able to interviews, and I felt so calm, and it just felt like, yeah, like I was doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So when I'm in the moment, I don't feel nervous at all.
That is awesome. Now, on the screen, I don't know if you're watching, but they could see this. Right now, I have the dress that you're wearing where you shit yourself. Now, guys, you look great, by the way. You look great in this dress. I'm glad I didn't put this dress on the thumbnail because now I would change it, alter it. But how difficult is it to run to the bathroom in that dress? Was it tough? Because it looks like it's pretty snug, and looks like it'd be a tough one to run back and forth. God forbid there was any accidents.
Yeah, well, that was the thing is I was just going to have to go in there and hope that nothing went wrong, because if it did, that's also a dress you can't wear underwear with.
Oh,
so.
Wait, hold on a
Could have
second.
been bad.
All right, so I put it back on the screen. Okay, you could see me, I could see you, but what they're looking at right now is the dress. You have like it looks like a recorder in your hand, if I'm not mistaken. You have something in your hand.
I clip on me.
That's awesome. So you're saying there's no underwear on under that dress?
No. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So now, guys, get a mental image. But yeah, you just took a big shit. So, I don't know. All right. This is getting really weird. All right. Let me stop.
Yeah, that's my personal interview to be focusing on.
Oh, God. All right. Hey, listen, I got to give you credit. You're handling this fantastic. This is the most immature thing you're probably ever going to do in your life. So I'm glad to be a part of it.
I won some MMA-Holes over by sharing my story.
Well, fuck them. You won me over. This is great. I mean, hey, anyone that could talk about their number twos in a skippy red dress, I mean, this is the best story ever. I love this. But that had to be an awesome experience. Like, all joking aside, that had to be a great experience to do that. Now, did you just show up by yourself, or did you have a team with you?
No, I showed up by myself. My team, I guess you could say, was my mom and her best friend. They took care of me while I was sick, but the company hired their own videographers. So I kind of just showed up within those 2 or 3 days, met everybody. Super professional organization. They, everyone's super nice and fun, and hopefully I'll be able to go back. They're having another fight night in July.
I think you will, especially after this interview when they know you shit yourself. They're going to be like, yeah, we got to hire her. All right.
I was in a hotel room dying, but there's no dramatic good story.
On your resume, be like, make sure you avoid this interview on the resume. All right, let's look at the chat right now.
No, that was my biggest fear. That was my biggest fear. Can you imagine, like, you know how stuff goes viral? Can you imagine if something like that happened?
Hey, listen. If it goes viral, it would be good for both of our YouTube channels. And speaking of YouTube channels, definitely follow, subscribe to a friend, and I'm going to put it on the screen right now. I actually put this, here we go, check this out. She's not here for her health. Listen, let's promote some shit. Fangirl MMA. Guys, let's get some subscribers over there. Seriously, take a break, go over there, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you get the alerts. She's quick and to the point. She gets the job done, and she delivers the news different than any way anyone else does it. Right over here, Fangirl MMA, jump over to her channel. I have the link in the description. I have the link on my wonderful, wonderful people. It's all over the place. I'm just spreading the love. So definitely check her out on YouTube. Follow her and look at your Instagram. God damn. You're killing it on Instagram. Hold on a second. Let me put this up for the peeps too. Back in that dress. Look at this. This is your Instagram page. Check it out, guys. And Wow, man. Jesus Christ. 6,501 followers. That is obscenely crazy. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Now, how did you get this momentum going? This is like you're killing it on social media.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that Instagram is where I'm building my brand and my following. You know, you're killing it on YouTube. We need to exchange secrets here or tips, but I don't know. I guess maybe Instagram's where I put most of my personality and my attention towards. It's another LA thing too. Everyone out here is so obsessed with Instagram. I don't know what social media is the big one.
I think you're right. I think Instagram, I think you're 100% right. It seems like everyone keeps on going back to Instagram. Snapchat, I feel is on its way out. I like Twitter because it works the best for me, but Instagram seems like it's the place where everyone is. So I think you nailed the right spot. I really do. You hit the right spot. Okay. They want to know if your parents are still married. All right. Are your parents still married?
My parents were actually never married. Funny story. I think they actually were just supposed to be like a fling after their 2 relationships ended. And then I surprised them. So they stayed together for the kid and bought each other rings. And actually, for the longest time growing up, had a picture of their wedding ceremony where my dad had this mullet and my mom had this beautiful dress and there was like a castle in the background. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my parents got married like in Europe somewhere. And they eventually told me, no, we both have money. We didn't want to do the paperwork. So we actually just went to Vegas and got in those little like booths where you put your face in and had their fake wedding photo made.
No way.
And for a few years. Yeah.
That's crazy. So, all right. So let's figure this out now. So they're not married, but they're still together. They're living together, you said?
Sorry, wait, I have to plug you in because I only have 10% left on my phone since I thought we were doing this over the camera.
So you said your
no, they're actually not. Oh, sorry, what?
You said so they're not living together.
No, they separated right when I was going into high school.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. So did you stay with your mom or your dad in that situation?
Yeah. I kind of hopped back and forth. They were able to stay friendly after like a year or 2. So yeah, I kind of just split time with them. My dad was a little more strict, so when I went through like my crazy phase, I stayed with my mom more just because it was easier to sneak out of the house.
By crazy, what do you mean? Like crazy sexcapades or a lot of marijuana? What are we talking here?
Yeah, well, getting back to the weed thing, in high school, my first boyfriend was like the big pot dealer in our school.
Oh, get out of here. So you must be making bank.
Yeah, he was kind of a baller. It was fun.
How long did you date that guy for?
I think it was like 3 years.
3 years. And was he one of the guys that trained? Sorry, I cut off. Was he one of the guys that trained as well?
No, he didn't train.
Oh, okay. Because that would have been badass. He's like a top marijuana dealer, and then he's a fucking badass mixed martial artist. I mean, who's gonna fuck with that guy, right? A deal goes wrong, he fucking puts you in a pretzel. It's gonna be great. Well, anyway.
I'd probably still be with him.
So you're saying you have a soft spot for badasses? That's what you're saying? I
think so. There's a soft side in their badass.
When you do interviews, do you find a lot of these fighters hitting on you and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've definitely experienced that a little bit. I mean,
I'd
like to say that.
No, I said I get that too with the female fighters. They're all over me. It's like white on rice.
I'm no, but so yeah, you've experienced that too. But it's funny, you would think that professional that they get, that maybe you'd have some more professionalism in the interviews, but unfortunately, some people are just douchebags that.
Wait, so all right, job. I got to get into this real quick. We're with Kayla, Fangirl MMA, hanging out with the Holes right now, doing a great job. I'm enjoying this conversation. You're saying that when there's been guys that have been inappropriate during interviews?
Yeah, either inappropriate during interviews or leading up to them.
No kidding. Wow, it's kind of funny. Maybe it's a different scene over here, But I've noticed that a lot of these fighters, a lot of people that I've run into, have been so humble, polite, sweet. Like it's pretty wild to hear that guys are doing stuff like that. What would they do? Like, what was the worst thing that someone did before or during an interview?
I mean, I think pretty much like the worst thing that I've experienced with a few people is they just feel like you owe them something to get an interview or for them to introduce you to somebody. And again, that's kind of an LA mentality too. There's a lot of that goes down even when I was pursuing stuff with entertainment reporting. It's this weird mindset of like, oh, because, and I don't even know if it's just because I'm a girl or what, or they just see that I'm like a newbie and they want to try and take advantage of it. But just this idea that, okay, well, I'll introduce you to this person, but you got to come home with me, or you got to,
wow,
do whatever.
That is so crazy. That's insane. So, I mean, it's a real thing. I was just going to say, like, you hear these stories all the time about this stuff happening in the music industry and all that stuff. People got to pay the price to move up in the world. And some of these artists, you hear stories like when they go back and say they were taken advantage of. And to hear this is happening with even with this is insane. I can't even wrap my head around that shit. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it sucks because it's also it's weird because they say, okay, well, you can't be surprised. Here you are where you're putting on a bunch of makeup and doing your hair in little pigtails or showing cleavage. So you're asking for it is response is that I'm asking for this type of attention. But I guess that's kind of where it's drawing that line of that fine line of, well, I'm trying to be myself, which I'm very proud of my body and that I work out and how I look, that I want to show that off. And I'm not trying to draw any attention to female, males, or whoever. It's just me being myself. But then at the same time, it's like, well, if I come on and I'm completely covered up and no makeup at all, then, maybe not as many people want to give me attention to, watch someone that looks good, on their terms. So it's really hard to find that balance of where you're treated professionally and taken professionally.
It's got to be. Have you ever gotten to the moment like where you were so beaten down from it that it's just like so frustrated by these, I guess pigs out there that it's brought you to tears or made you like put you in a bad place?
Yeah, for sure. I've unfortunately had to experience some really stuff.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh. Yeah, nothing I really want to share on camera.
No, you don't have to. I just wanted to play sad music. Like, go ahead.
No, but yeah, with pursuing stuff in MMA and other stuff that I've pursued before, unfortunately, you run into really shitty people. But it also makes you a stronger person, and I'll remember those people when I do finally make it big, and not give them an interview.
Good for you. That's the only way. That's how you bounce. It's how you bounce back. Everyone runs into these situations, these terrible situations. Some worse than others, but it's always how you bounce back. You pick yourself back up. This, like, my situation was nothing like any of your stories, but I was devastated when we got our strike and I got shut down. Like, I put everything into this channel, and for some stupid schmuck to come out there and shut down my channel and take everything away from me, it fucked me up. It really fucked me up. So, I mean, it's nothing like what you were saying, but I understand that when things like that happen, it's about how you come back and come back stronger. And I feel we came back stronger. And after your situation, I'm sure you were like, all right, it's going to be like this. And you came back tougher and came back with a vengeance. Did it light a fire under your ass after these things happened?
Yeah, and I think that's what's cool is, hearing from, I remember too when you were going through that whole strike thing, that obviously us being as upset or it hurting as much as it did or what have you, just shows that we really want this. And like you said, it's all about coming back. So for sure, it lit a fire under my ass and experienced the fact that I haven't totally written off this career or with all of the shittiness that I've already seen or that shitty side. You want to this thing, so.
Well, I'm glad you were able to pull it back together. I know we hit a fucking a low spot over there. Let's bring this party back up. Okay, we're gonna we're gonna wrap this up in a nice little bow. This is what I want to do. In that chat room over there, if you have any questions for Fangirl, let us know while we have her on the show live right now. I really do thank you for coming on. This is a pleasure. It's like fucking, even though I started off like shit on YouTube, I've had a great conversation with you. It's just very enjoyable.
Okay.
So what is the situation that you want to see the UFC? What is what you're looking for to end 2017? What do you think is going to be the biggest thing? It clearly wasn't UFC 211. As much as I loved UFC 211, I had fun watching it. I don't think that's going to be the peak of this year. Where do you think, what does UFC have to put together to be that event that will pull everything together for this 2017 year?
Well, yeah, that's true. UFC 211 really was built, it was a great night of fights, but for some reason, I was pumped as some of the fights last year. That person that says that I think this DC and Jones fight is going to maybe be that one that does it for us, but part of me does really want to see Jones come back and actually do well. I think DC's kind of getting closer to, on the way out of his career, maybe doing something different. So that would be a nice, like, Cinderella story for Jones to come back and everything he's been through. I'm excited about this new women's division. Maybe some fights in there and seeing who jumps around. Maybe we can see some new stars come out of that. I know this is pretty bad too, because this is kind of just tying into that mainstream love of this trilogy that we're all waiting for. It'd be awesome by the end of the year to at least know if the Conor and Nate trilogy is going to happen in 2018. That might get everyone excited again.
A lot of people over here have been killing me. They say they don't want to see it. I don't understand how you wouldn't want to see it. I would love to see Conor Nate 3. I mean, both times are fun. Why don't you want to see that fight? Especially at 155. I think it's a whole new story. But a lot of people, I think we're split. So you're saying you do want to see it?
I do. I mean, I hate admitting that because, again, I have this whole side of me that's like, oh, we shouldn't just be on the Conor train. We should focus on the other fighters on the roster. But everyone wants to see it. We have to at least see this third fight and see what happens.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll find out very shortly. Okay, I'm going to go to the chat. Get ready. Brace yourself as we narrow this down and we see what's going on here. Ask her what she likes other than MMA speed round with Fangirl. What do you like other than MMA?
I like wine. I like to dance. I like boys.
Okay.
Or men. I don't know. MMA consumes a lot of my life.
So you're saying other than MMA, you like to get drunk and have sex. Okay, we got you. All right, so they want to know, do you rollerblade?
Don't. I actually cannot rollerblade or ice skate. I'm fucking terrible, and it's so embarrassing.
Jay Smooth says she spits knowledge, but swallows semen and chronic smoke. She's cool. Okay, that's a kind of a compliment. I don't know. They want to know how old you are and IQ score. What the fuck? You could give me the IQ score if you know. If not, it doesn't matter. Well, you did say you were in your 20s, correct?
I am. I'm 27. I have a birthday coming up, so I'm getting old.
Yeah.
IQ score, I haven't checked recently, so that's really embarrassing too.
Well, we have a very high IQ here in the cat.
High.
What was that?
MMA IQ is high.
That's all you need in life. That's all you need. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We asked that. If Conor does not fight MMA this year, I'm done, says Olympia Lowlife. You and Marlon are my favorite and the best female analysts on MMA, says Brian Roger. Now, Marlon is a frequent. I'm going to try to see if I get Marlon as well on the show, but she frequents the show as much too, and she's a very knowledgeable MMA fan, and we love having her on. And it's nice to have pretty people to look at instead of, like I said, my stupid face. So I thank you. A couple more questions over here. She needs not to blaze before interviews. The squinting is fucked up looking. Now they're fucking with your eyes.
I naturally like this. Can you imagine when I'm high?
The cringe chat. Okay. How long is the torture going to last? All right, guys, relax. Let's see if we have a couple more. And does she take a shit once a day normally? They want to know if you're regular, if you have regular bowels.
Yes, my bowels are on point. I eat pretty healthy.
Okay. They want to know if you fell from heaven because your face looks pretty fucked up. No. In fairness, they did ask. You're not the first person that got that. So don't. They're idiots. They just like to ask. All right. Enough, you fucks. Jesus Christ. We'd like to have people come back on the show, for God's sakes. Chris, stop dodging the comments. I am not dodging the. See, now, there's a delay on YouTube, so they don't see. Now, all right, here we go. Olympia Lowlife says he loves your eyes. So there you go. What color are your eyes? I can't really see over here.
They're brown.
Brown. Okay, good. There you go. Olympia says, poor girl. Okay, there we go. You stole our black hole hearts, says Jesus Christ. So it's tough love here on the MMA-Holes. Oh, God. Here we go. Here comes the laughs. Okay, let's stop with them. Kayla, thank you so much for jumping on. I really do appreciate it. I am a fan. If I wouldn't have you on if I wasn't a fan. I'm a fanboy of the Fangirl. I do follow all your social media. I watch all your videos, and I think it's wonderful, wonderful. Give the MMA-Holes last words. You could tell them to go fuck off if you'd like to. You could do that. That's also fine.
I'm not going to say fuck off because you've stolen my heart too with your nice comments and not totally harass me about my shit stories. But yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of yours too, and I appreciate the love. I would love to come back if you guys would have me, and we can talk about the rest of the year.
I have a gazillion. I could probably go another 2 more hours. I have a million questions. I have diarrhea of the mouth of questions. I'd love to learn more about you. Dabble into some more MMA news as well. And I definitely like to have you on. So that'd be great. And whatever you want to do for your show, I'd love to do a crossover. That'd be great too.
Yeah, we need to go over some of those ideas we were texting about. So
absolutely,
let's give the MMA-Holes and fangirls and boys some fun content.
Olympia Lowlife says, Kayla, you are awesome. I'm following you. Definitely follow her. And we're going to go through it again. Kayla, Fangirl MMA, Fangirl_MMA is where you'll find her on Instagram. Is it the same on Twitter too?
Yeah, same on Twitter.
Same on Twitter as well. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. YouTube is the place to be, especially because they don't know how to handle live streaming. And you have meltdowns. And yeah, whatever. Anyway, thank you, Kayla, so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. Have a great night. And look to see you what you're going to be doing in the future.
All right, cool. Thanks. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. There she is. The legend. She weathered the storm. She weathered the storm on the MMA-Holes. You guys are so sweet. He was so nice. And I think she did a good job. I really do. I like the fact that she is knowledgeable. She knows what she's talking about. And the big thing is she's a fan of MMA. And the whole thing with this channel is being a fan of MMA. You don't have to be the most knowledgeable. It's just about the passion. It's about how much do you like the sport. Let's all get together every Wednesday or any other time we're on and talk about the greatest sport in the world, mixed martial arts. It's the best. The best. So she did a good job. She weathered the storm. Let's see the comments in the chat. Marlon, oh God, it's 1:12 a.m. over here. Marlon, if you want to jump on, I'd love to have you on as well. Let me know in the chat room if you guys want to see Marlon on. Hit me with the ones. And I could go a little bit longer since the beginning of the show was a complete fucking disaster. But Kayla came in strong, and thank you for coming on, Kayla. All right. Joseph Crutchfield says, follow her. To go live, girl, says Olympia Lowlife. Tell her she's boring, says X-Ghost. At Jay, definitely not face, says Marlon. Joseph Crutchfield says, give us a hang. A hanging with the boys, Chris. You want it? If you want it, you get it.
Hanging with the boys.
That's for you, Joseph. That's for you, my brother. Look for me on Twitter, Kayla. So Olympia's going to follow you. And I got to say, Olympia on Twitter is fucking awesome. He really is. Thank you so much for all the hard work and the retweets and the pumping of the MMA-Holes. You are wonderful, wonderful. Thanks, Kayla. Says Brian Roger. Ask Fangirl if she can twerk for us, just for courtesy. Mexican, I will next time, for sure. If I saw that comment, I would have asked. And yeah, Olympia, as soon as I get the link. All right, looks like Marlon wants to come on. Oh shit, Chris, you are fucking great, man. Thanks for trying to hook it up, Chris. You are fucking wonderful. Wonderful, says Fears Man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hey, Fears Man, I look out for you guys. She's single. So all you single guys, go send her dick pics. Olympia wants Marlon. Okay, let's let's get Marlon on. I haven't got a chance to talk to Marlon, but before we do that, we have something here. I bring you to the chat because we have 10 more likes. Yes! There he is. John's going to stay there, and I'm sending Marlon the link.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
All right now I am sending out the email. And I got to say, listen, guys, you fucking made fun of her hair. And Kayla actually talked about shitting herself before the event. We really went there. So, I mean, right there, she gets points for me. Because, I mean, are you kidding me? That was amazing. That is amazing. That's what I need from a guest. I need you to talk about getting so nervous or getting so sick before something big and shitting yourself. She pulled it together, though. She really did. I've had those experiences. I've had nervous experiences. Let me know in the chat if you've ever had a situation. Oh, I'm sending the link to myself. I'm inviting myself to the chat, Marlon. Okay, I sent you the link, kiddo. Come on in. Come on board. MMA-Holes. I've had those situations before where I've gotten so nervous where my stomach has dropped and my stomach has been a disaster. And it's not wonderful. It's not fun at all. So I get it, man. I totally get it. Okay, so we sent Marlon the link. Let's go back into the chat room. How are you guys doing? Let me know. Let's see. Mex is passed out. Life 2. Okay. It's always good to hear from Marlon, says Brian Roger. Brian Roger could never get enough of Marlon. I have to get Marlon in on a Wednesday night. It's like tradition. So, Chris knows he's fucked up with the past interview, so he's trying to pacify me by bringing on Marlon, his ex-ghost. Fears wants to come in. Well, holy shit. She's got points for me being hot, says Fredette about it. All right, that was hot when she talked about her shitting herself.
Wonderful.
Oh, we really went there, guys. We fucking went there. Dude, I love that shit. I honestly, the cringier the better. And if you could roll with the punches here, you are good with me. As fucked up as these motherfuckers are, if you could roll with the punches, just like Sarah Payne, she rolled with it. And I have to say, Fangirl handled it very well, just like Marlon does. She handles it very well. Fears, I need your email address. That's what I need. I could send it through Twitter. I could use an email address because it's just so much easier for me to send it to you that way. Do I have your email address? I don't fucking know. Let's see. Let's see if I have it. And I'll link Fears in as well and get Fears' thoughts on his future wife. Oh, the poor girl. Poor Fangirl. I do feel for her. Uh-oh. Guess what, guys? We... And OG is here, and she's dancing. Oh. Yeah. We got a guest.
We got a guest.
That's right. We got a guest.
We got a guest.
All right.
We got a guest.
There she is on the MMA-Holes Live. I'm just fixing up the screen. We have the beautiful and lovely Marlon Lane hanging out with the MMA-Holes. Marlon Lane, I'm going to play this for you because you are
Hanging with the boys.
I know that's your favorite sound drop. It's like Derek Lewis right there. You love that.
It is. Hold on one second. Let me fix this light. This light is super bright.
Yeah. All right. Marlon brought her boobs onto the show, and it's wonderful, wonderful. All right, so...
I did not.
Don't worry, Chris. The G-Man is back. Welcome, G-Man. Okay, Mexican is fine. Tit IAs. I think you're trying to say titties or tit IAs. I don't know what Mexican's saying there. Competition time, says Joseph.
Maybe it's like tits. Yay!
Oh, Marlon, it's good to have you on the show. Fears Man wants to come in, but I don't have his email address. I need his email address. It's pretty much I don't know why when I send it on Twitter, it just doesn't. I'll try to send it on Twitter to him. Let's see if I can do that. Marlon, okay, we have some stuff to address. Now that I have you here on the MMA-Holes, it's always good to see you on the MMA-Holes, looking swollen, sexy as usual.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
And oh man, what am I doing here? I'm still disheveled by the beginning. I mean, it's so cool that people came back and were hanging out with us. It just bothers me because when I set up a stream, I put a lot into social media, sending it out there, really working on getting this thing going. And when it crashes like that and it doesn't work out, now I have to regroup, and everything all that time that I spent is out the window and bullshit. But you guys hung in there, you were strong, and you came back, and I do give you guys much respect for that. Thank you very much.
Well, we knew you were going to come back, so we kept the chat flowing, so it was all good. And you had it just in time for the interview with your fangirl, so not all was lost, So
I needed
just a small glitch.
Yeah, I definitely needed to get her on here. The reason why I wanted to get her on here is I wanted to get a backstory behind, the whole Fangirl MMA. I mean, there's a little bit of mystery behind her because her videos are short, but there's something there. Now, Marlon, I know you're very honest with your opinion. We know there's only room for one queen of the MMA-Holes, and it is Marlon Lane. But what did you think about Fangirl MMA? And be honest with us. If you thought she sucked, you could let me know. If you thought she was cool, you could let me know. Let's see, because she's probably watching. Oh, let me take. I'm gonna. Oh no, evil laugh.
Pressure then, huh?
All right, what did you think on that whole situation?
I mean, I think it's commendable for her as far as going after what she wants to do. And if that's her passion, then good for her. But she I don't know. She seemed to be a hit and a miss with the group. I don't know. They were definitely quick to talk a little smack, but they do that all the time with every guest, so it's all in good.
I think she was wonderful. Wonderful.
Fears comes in like a bat out. All right, so I guess the link works.
She definitely was wonderful, fucking wonderful.
Oh wow, Fears! I think you're in love. All right, Fears. I'm sensing love. Is this what I'm sensing right now?
I don't know if it's love, but Fierce is definitely interested. She's quite beautiful.
Yeah, she is. She is very easy on the eyes, as is Marlon Lane. That's here right now with you.
Oh, absolutely.
Fears, who do you think is hotter, Marlon Lane or Fangirl?
Listen, I don't even want to go there. They're both wonderful. Fears will take them both on. It's absolutely fantastic.
But Fears, you could only have sex with one. Who would it be?
Oh, Lord. Why does Chris put me in these positions? I'm going to have to go with Kayla.
Oh, no!
Nothing against Marlon. Nothing against Marlon. Marlon, you are beautiful.
Oh, my God. Marlon?
But Chris put me in that position, though. I had to pick, so...
hey, I'm not offended at all.
Kayla, get that lube ready.
Oh my God, Fears is definitely smitten by this whole situation with Kayla. He's definitely
no, I'm just having fun.
All right, so we have Fears Man live in the MMA-Holes as well. People are probably like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" Well, hey, listen, we pulled it together. I had a very bad situation to start off the show, and now it's ending off strong with our guests, and we're having a good time over here. What do you? Real quick, Fears.
I missed the beginning. What happened?
Oh, dude, you have no idea. It was so YouTube has this thing with live streaming, especially if you're running a swole show with a lot of things going on. YouTube has this glitch that it buffers. It has this buffering problem, and I don't know if it's a glitch between OBS and YouTube by using stream keys and shit like that. But this is the second time it happened with high internet speed, and it happened twice, and it was fucked up, man. The whole situation was really bad. All right, we got it together. Everything's good, and we're back in business. So, enough of that.
Chris, I know exactly what the problem was. It was probably Black Aldrin fucking with your system. I guarantee you.
Yeah, maybe we were hacked. It's possible. We were hacked by a higher power. It's very possible. But that is that. Fears, what do you think about Marlon? Marlon's lame. Well, you know what? I just called Marlon lame.
Yeah, I heard that. I lost it. It was great.
Oh, my God. Marlon Lane.
Tell me how you really feel, Chris.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, Marlon.
Yeah, let's dig deep. Let's dig deep into this situation here.
It's a rough night, but I think Kayla did a good job. But Kayla pulled it together. We didn't really get to get Marlon's full opinion on the Kayla situation, but now that Fear said Marlon is, Fear said that Marlon is not up to Kayla's standards. Marlon, do you have something to say back to Fears right now?
No, I didn't say that. They're both up to Fears' standards. It just is it made me pick one. So I mean, Fears would take them both on. It doesn't matter. Whatever works.
Well, okay, listen, Fears, what I'm going to do is I have a thing called Random Night. It's going to be happening on Friday. It's going to be a complete shit show. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be swole. It's sexy. But I do have to talk a little bit MMA now. So if you have anything MMA related or UFC related, go for it. If not, I'm going to have to give you the fucking boot.
Then I just wanted to come in and say hi to everybody and say, hey, subscribe to the MMA-Holes and subscribe to Fears Man 26. Fears is fucking out of here.
All right.
Peace out.
Thanks for coming on. We'll talk to you soon, Fears. Be good. All right. Jesus Christ. The circus is on Friday, for God's sakes. Jesus Christ. Oh, Marlon. Okay, now it's just you and me. Back in business again. Okay. So, I don't know where were we before this happened. I don't know. But anyway. So, yeah, let's just talk about... I just want to go over the whole Fangirl situation. She did come on. She weathered the storm. How do you think she handled the situation with the chat? Because, goddamn, there were some interesting comments firing from that chat room. Did you think she handled the MMA-Holes for the first time? Hey, first time's tough. First time, how do you think she did?
I mean, I guess so. You could say so. I mean, when you're in the media, you have to have thick skin. People are always going to have their opinions. They're always going to say, and you can't take it personal, and you just got to let it, let the compliments come to you, and you don't take those in just like you don't take the, insults in too much. So, it's just like, whatever. For me, like whether someone's praising me or someone is not, it doesn't really matter to me because that's just part of it. So I guess she did it okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know her personally. The interview that you had with her, got to have a little insight of who she was. But I admit I was busy with work and then I was dealing with the chat. So it was a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, so it's hard to give her an accurate review. That's fine. But
yeah. But I mean, during my lunchtime, that was when I was able to hear a little bit more. And so I thought you did a good job.
So I see in the chat they all inquiring about this patch that you have on your arm. I do notice it as well. It looks like there's a little bit of an injury that we're dealing. Oh shit, you're bionic. Look at this shit. Explain what happened.
I'm sure you've seen it before in the Olympics. It's have you heard of KT tape? Kinesiology tape?
I did hear of that before, actually, because you told me. But the chat room, I don't know if they heard of it. Explain what it does and if it's helping.
It is helping me. It kind of acts like an additional barrier to any kind of inflammation or any kind of pain that you may be having. So it kind of lifts the skin off a little bit from the muscle and the tendons below to create more blood flow. So it creates healing. It serves as a brace without being too constrictive. And so far it's been good for me. I really like it.
That's good. I'm glad it's helping you. I mean, you take a lot of bumps and bruises in your ventures, so it's good to see that you're nursing yourself. We need a healthy, happy Marlon on the MMA-Holes here, so it's good to see you're good like that. Great advice, Marlon, says Brian Roiger. XGhost22 says, show us your tattoos, Marlon. I think you don't have tattoos, right? I don't think you do.
Nope, I don't have no tattoos, no piercings or anything, actually.
If you would get your MMA-Hole tattoo, where would you put it?
Oh, that's an open-ended question there. I don't know. Probably on my hip.
All right, now Stefan's going in on Marlon. Easy. All right, here we go. All right, so we're gonna avoid that. Let's see. How much did it cost? How much was the patch? How much did the patch cost?
It was relatively inexpensive. Well, at least to me it was. It was $20 for the roll, and you got 20 pre-cut strips. Mm-hmm. Apparently, you can buy it cheaper at different brands, but I got the high-end brand just because if I'm gonna use it, I might as well use the best I can for myself. So.
Yeah, why not? Treat yourself good. Your body is a temple, for God's sakes. Olympia Lowlife says, I will pay for her tattoo, Chris. So Olympia will pay for your tattoos. Olympia's a nice man.
They just want the MMA-Holes on me, apparently. No pun intended, but,
my tattoo artist has been dodging me. He's been dodging me. He gave me a date, but then didn't give me the month Oh, that the date fell on. So it's like, God damn, man. Okay. No, but what's it called? Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. Like, you know what sucks? This is what I've noticed, and maybe he's watching. What's kind of cool is he tattoos with my wristband on. Even though he doesn't watch the show, he tattoos with my wristband on. Great advertisement, so keep that wristband on. It's great. But what sucks is the good tattoo artists, not only are they more expensive than the other ones, but they just don't give a fuck. They're so busy. They don't respond to texts or phone calls. They don't call you back or whatever because they're so fucking busy. So I don't know if anyone in the chat has experience with these artists, but the better they are, the harder it is to wrap your hands around them and get them together. You said you've dated people with tattoos. So have you experienced any of these situations where you have incidents with tattoo artists?
Oh yeah, I have a couple of friends that are tattoo artists. I have a couple of friends that are covered in tattoos, and pretty much what you said is definitely right on the nose because, like you said, they're busy. They have a steady flow of clients, and work. So it's like, I guess if you're not a consistent customer, they just kind of push you in whenever they can. So hopefully you're able to get them.
Yeah, I hope so too. Now, Marlon, why I do have you here? I want to talk to you about a couple of things. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Let's see. We had the video where we pitched out some names, and you had a name as well for the crazy people of the MMA-Holes. The interesting version of the MMA-Holes. We definitely have some characters on the show that are 100% think outside of the box. Let's just put it that way. And I want to go through some of the names. I don't know if you saw some of these suggestions, but there's some funny stuff. And one of the suggestions, I had no idea. I thought it was so goddamn funny, and it happened to be very racist. I don't know. I don't know if you heard about this, but actually, fuck it. I don't give a shit. This is the MMA-Holes, for God's sakes. So George Sampras throws it out there, and he goes, "Call them the Garboonies." Okay, that's what he says, right? Now, have you ever heard of that term being known as being racist?
No, but that's a pretty funny name.
I think it's fucking hilarious. I honestly, every time I think about it, I just laugh. I think it's a fucking hilarious name. It makes no fucking sense, but I was literally like, we're going to name the chat the Garboonies. But then I found out if you go to the Urban Dictionary and you look up Garboon, well, us East Coast folk don't know about this shit, and Mexican brought it to our attention. And yeah, you just don't want to do that. So I don't know if you have a computer available, maybe after the stream, check it out. And yeah, we can't name him that. That's just not going to happen. But it was a funny thing, and George Sampras set a trap, and I fucking walked right into it like a dick. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump through some names. Okay.
Okay.
And we're not going to decide tonight. This is going to be a long process, but I think it'd be funny just to laugh at some of the names. I think we could have a little fun with these names and see what you think about these names. Now, if you do have any more suggestions, go back to this video. I'm going to go to the page right now. And it's this video over here where I'm staring. My hair looks so ridiculous. There's certain times where my hair looks so stupid. I look like a cartoon character. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should look in a mirror before I go live. But yeah, I am wearing a We Ain't Found Shit shirt, and it says questions for the MMA-Holes. So go back to that video and throw comments of what you think the name should be of the crazies that come on. Okay, so let's see. Let's go through some of the names.
I will say you only have me for a few more minutes only because I'm on my break at work.
So you know what? Let's scrap this bit. Let's just scrap this bit because it definitely will take too long. we'll do this for another time. Definitely do this for another time. All right. Anyway, let's go past that. All right. So UFC this weekend, we're going to talk about it. There is a chance for a fight, buddies. It's Gustafsson and what the fuck's his name? Glover Teixeira is going down. I looked at this fight card and I'm like, yeah. What do you think about this fight day instead of fight night or fight afternoon for us? What do you think about this thing? Are you pumped up? Are you going to be watching it? And what are your thoughts?
I am planning on watching it. I'm actually going to be at a dance convention this weekend, so I'm going to get up early, go to the bar, and watch it because I think it comes on like 10 a.m. my time.
Yeah, it's early for you.
So I'm looking forward to it, but mainly just to see Gustafsson, because, I really want Gustafsson to come back on the top. I mean, he fought amazing, obviously, with Jones. That's a fight that it's probably one of my favorite fights ever. He was a warrior with DC, so I would love to see him fight, a top contender guy and eventually fight for the belt if he does well. So that's the fight that I'm looking for because I want to see Gustafsson do well.
That fight, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that could come out of it. I'm really pulling hard for the whole Gustafsson to win. I'm going to really want him to win that one. I really don't want Glover to win this one just because it's just not much that could really come out of it for my benefit. So I'm going to be selfish. And I do not want to see Teixeira win. But I was looking at the card, and there's a co-main event here. Volkan versus Misha. Kirkonov versus Ozdemir. Now, this fight is an interesting one. This fight people might want to check out. A 13-1 Volkan versus 13-2-0 Misha. A lot of people think this is going to be the fight of the night here. And when you look through this card, a lot of times when names don't just jump off of the card, usually are the best fights. So I would recommend watching this just for the fact, if you just want to see some good fights, you might want to tune into this, and it is free, so check it out. But the co-main event is one to really keep an eye on. This Volkan versus Misha, number 5 versus number 4, versus number 7. Sorry. The biggest problem with this card is nothing off of this card, including the Glover versus Gustafsson fight. There is nothing off of this card that you could be like, okay, this is going to mean something really big. I mean, there's really nothing. So it's almost not worth your time. It doesn't matter really what comes out of this card. If you really think about it, there's no good stories coming from this card. So I think that's a little bit of a problem. What are your thoughts though? Did you say you were going to watch it, or do you think, maybe I'm just going to fucking pass on this one since it's going to be so early?
Oh, I'll watch it. But I'll probably only watch the co-main and the main event. Probably
the only two worth watching, to be honest.
Yeah.
To really be honest, I mean, there's nothing. Listen, like I said, if you want to see some good fights, check it out. I definitely want to see the Talib fight just because we met the guy, and he's got big hands. So I definitely want to see that. He was on The Ultimate Fighter. But looking through here, you just see killers. There's just guys here that are looking to have a good fight. They need something to prove, especially being on this stage. So it's just guys looking to prove something. So. Yeah, maybe if you catch the last 2 fights, you could actually wipe the crud out of your eyes. And what time do you usually get up on the weekends?
Oh, man. I am not a morning person at all. I mean, I work nights. I've been nights for 13 years, so my body has really conformed to a night schedule. If it was up to me, I wouldn't get up till like 10, maybe 11. I go to bed about 3, 4 in the morning, so complete night out. Yeah.
Sleep is nice. Sleep is fun. Sleep is nice. Here's the rest of the card. Check it out, guys. You guys are wondering. A lot of hard names to pronounce. That's what I see. That's what I fucking see over here. A lot of Avs and Mirs and Johnsons, and there's a lot of that shit going on. Gustafsson, and a lot of long, unpronounceable names. That's what I see. But, I'm not going to get super technical with this because, let's be honest, I mean, like I said, if it doesn't have a story that drags me in, it's tough for me to really pump up you guys. With that being said, after the stream is done, in the comment section below, I need to know if you guys want to see a Fight Buddies, and I'll drag my ass out of bed and do the Fight Buddies for you guys. All right, so Marlon, we're going to be doing a random night on Friday. Now, I know you have plans. You actually have a life, unlike us. Unlike us crazies over here on the MMA-Holes, we have no life. So we hang out over here. This is our life. And we have some interesting stuff. Jessie Bell Hill might be coming on. Karen Wesh, CEO of Premier FC, looks like she's coming back. And she's great, man. I've been texting her and bullshitting with her. She's got stories like you wouldn't believe. She has stories on top of stories. She's met so many people. And when it comes to the MMA world, this woman has really been around the block. She knows a lot, and she has a lot of great stories. So it's going to be cool to have her back. Maybe Sarah Payne. All ladies. So Marlon Lane, the offer is always on the table. If you ever want to jump in on a Friday random night, you're always welcome to come on where we could just chill. So. Well,
I appreciate it. I'll try. I'll let you know. I'm going to be traveling up to my dance convention that day. So I might be a little busy. But if I can make it on, I definitely will.
Absolutely. And you need to experience a little high and sexed up Craig Lee on the MMA holes. It is an experience.
Always.
I gotta say, Craig Lee, I'm telling you, man, me and Craig Lee should hit the road and do a fucking podcast across country. I think Craig Lee is dead right now. He's not in the chat. I think he died on us, but hopefully he's not dead. God rest his soul. But I think Craig Lee and me should do a fucking podcast across the country, set up shop. I mean, the guy is fucking pure gold. Him getting high, and then whatever the hell's going on with his lady friend, like he's getting hand jobs, and I don't know what the fuck's going on, but he's narrating us through. It's great. Craig Lee is fucking money. Love that guy.
He's trying to be like Derek Lewis, so you know.
Yeah. What do you think about Fangirl MMA liking Derek Lewis, not being insulted by Derek Lewis?
To each their own, I tell you. I don't hate the guy. I don't know the guy. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to be a fighter and you want to be a champion, you want to be up there, you definitely, not saying that you don't have to be yourself, but you should be a role model, be somebody who people want to look up to. And just the way that he is condoning himself, I don't know if that's the best role model, you could say.
Well, let me play devil's advocate, because I like playing around with you a little bit. Do you think that fighters are role models? They professionally beat the shit out of other people.
Well, this is the thing. I think when you are in the limelight, you don't have a choice whether you are a role model or not, because automatically, especially if you're in that threshold and you're getting notoriety, people are going to notice you, and up and coming fighters are going to want to be like you, you know? And I mean, that's who they're going to be looking up to if they are going into that field. So I think you never know who's watching. I always say that. You never know who's watching. You never know whose life you can impact or who you can defend or offend. So it's just best to be the best person you can be at all times, whether it's in front of the camera or off the camera. Just be a good person.
Yeah, and you're not the only person that said stuff like that. Like, it's funny, even my father will tell me with this thing, he goes, just realize who's watching you when you say stupid things. And it's true. Like, you know, anything that you have a stage, I guess you are affecting people's lives and molding people's brains. So I kind of get it. But Ronda Rousey's fine ass, I would love to smash Ronda Rousey and her fine ass, and fuck you, Travis Brown. That's my Shaquille O'Neal, Derek Lewis. Where's Ronda Rousey's fine ass at? By the way, Stephen Killen says, I would definitely bang Marlon if I was drunk.
Well, that's quite the compliment, I tell you. That's always what every girl wants to hear. I will F you if I am drunk.
I love it. These guys are so fucked up. Marlon, hey, listen, thank you for coming on. I know you're at work and stuff like that. I'd love to get you back on. What we'll do is we'll get back on schedule again every Wednesday. I love having you on. You are a staple on this show. I always appreciate you hanging out with us, and definitely give me a time that would be good for you where we could actually run and rant, and we're not, you know, we don't have any time constraints when we could have you back on. I'd love to have you back on.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, cool. Marlon, have a great night. Thank you for coming on the MMA-Holes. Marlon Lane, hanging with the boys. Where is it?
Hanging with the boys.
Marlon's awesome. Marlon's awesome. Fangirl is awesome. The MMA-Holes are awesome. Look at this chat room in here. I mean, does it get any better than this? Does it get any better? Let's see what we got. Jesus Christ says, Becky, Fangirl equals Kayla. Did you catch up on her? She is the new MMA-Hole slave now.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, good. Slave. Okay. That's awesome. Welcome to being an MMA-Hole slave. Fact says Olympia Lowlife. Oh, no, I haven't. Thank you, Israel. Definitely will. MMA Fangirl, if you are spying on the chat, you are fucking boring. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Jesus. We have 7% women that watch this show. I checked the analytics, and maybe one day, if you guys would like to see it, we'll go through the analytics of the MMA-Holes, because it's fascinating to see where around the world everyone's watching. And it's interesting. It's really interesting. And I look at the stats, and the funniest stat of them all is 7% female. Now, if you keep on chasing away all the females, it will go down to like 2 or 1, and it would be a complete sausage party, which it pretty much is already. So, you can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit, because we are the MMA holes. But, you know, try not to chase everyone away, for God's sakes. Rhonda's mole is bigger than her ass, says Stephen Kill.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Brian Roger says, you read that to her. That was so mean, and it's really not true, says Brian Roger.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
There you go, Becky. Requesting the Hanging with the Boys. Brian Roger says, can you go over the card on Saturday? I will. I'm going to read a little chat, and we will go over the card on Saturday. Saturday, we'll get into detail a little bit more if I go on and do a Fight Buddies. Let me know after the show airs. Let me know. Marlon seemed distracted as if she was daydreaming about me, says ex-ghost. She probably was. Tell Fangirl I want her number. Says Stephen Killen. Stephen Killen, find her on Twitter or Instagram. Send her a DM. And yeah, Fangirl sucks. Tell her I hate her for me, Chris. Jesus Christ, ex-ghost. Oh my God. Ex-girls is probably a female and hates all women. Damn, every time Chris reads, hold on, something negative says Jesus Christ, they will all think I'm cringing on them. Listen, I only catch some of your comments over here. I try to catch them all, but sometimes, you know, I just can't do it. That's why I go back. I go back and I watch these streams, and it is 2 fucking shows. It really is 2 shows. The MMA holes are 2 shows. One show here with me and our guests. The other show is inside this fucking phone. And last night I was reading the comments and I was howling, laughing from the comments. The last half hour was so mean. George Sampras was so fucking mean the last half hour. Yet I was guiltily laughing. Guiltily is not even a word. I was guilty of laughing. And you guys are fucking funny, man. I think even when you guys are cringe, you guys are fucking funny. You guys need to stop being so sexist or the chickies will leave, says Brian Roger. Tell him. Becky Dean left my ass off. Sorry, Chris, but no one wants to watch Conor versus Diaz 3. Conor needs to defend his title for once. Hey, listen, I want to see that too. I want to see a title defense. I want to see Conor Diaz 3. And I want to see Conor Floyd. I want to see it. Those are the 3 things I want to see, and then he could leave. But I need those 3 in my life. If a girl who likes fighting, hold on. I lost you for a second. If a girl who likes fighting, she's best be able to hang with us 7%. We love you guys. Becky, you are awesome, and we love you too.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It is the 7%. You know what? That's actually pretty funny. That might be the name. Well, that'll be the name for the girls, the 7%. That's what I'm going to call the ladies. The ladies of the MMA holes are considered now, from this point on, the 7%. So now no one's going to know what we're talking about. Unless you're an MMA hole, we'll be like, where is the 7%? I like that. We're going to call you guys the 7%. And you guys are hardcore, man. If you are female and you watch this shit, you have to be tough as nails. I love that. I love everyone that watches the show, man. The best part is the show fucking cranked out. It was shit in the beginning. It fell apart. YouTube was a bitch. And you guys came back and hung with us, with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
I do appreciate it. All right, so here is the card one more time. Here is the living room, the MMA holes living room. I will put Justin Sumter up on this wall. He deserves to be here because he's a boss. He's boss, man. I love him. Good guy. Alex Nicholson versus Jack Hermanson. The Joker versus the Spartan. 7-3-0, 14-3-0 is opening up the main card. Now, here's the crazy part. FS1 free cards always give you 6 fights on the main card. Whereas if you buy a pay-per-view, you don't get that luxury. You don't get it. But on a free card, you get the luxury of 6 fights. So here you go. The next fight here, Nordine Taleb versus Oliver and Camp. Sweden, 7-0-0. How about them apples? Versus Norden, who I like. I said I met him before. This guy's hands are bigger than you wouldn't even believe. He could wrap it around my head twice. Real nice guy. I met him at a club. At a stage table. Really good. This should be a good one. I'm not sure too much about Oliver Enkamp. He might be, let's check him out. He's invisible. The Invisible Man. And there you go. First UFC fight is coming up. That's it. So this is his UFC debut. Undefeated. Going against a guy he's fucking tough. Talib is a fucking tough dude. So a formidable opponent. Abdul Razak Alisson from Guyana, 7-0-0. Another one fighting Arushki, Amari Akamov the Wolverine. I think he lost his last fight, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I bet on him. And he won. So that shows you how much I fucking know. A decision, a round 3 decision. Kyle Noke. Oh, Noki. Okay, that's actually a pretty decent win right there. I'll give it to you, my friend. The Ruski coming off a win, fighting this gentleman from Guyana. Let's see if it's his first fight in the UFC. A lot of these guys, I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'm not familiar with, coming off of a UFC win too. So this is not his first one. Round 1 KO for the gentleman over here against Charlie Ward. Okay. All right. May not be a bad one right here. So keep your eyeballs on this one right over here. Guyana versus Russia. This one might be a good one. Go to the next fight over here. Peter Sabota versus the weirdestly shaped man. I've seen him before. Ben Saunders. Killer B. 21-7-2, 16-5-1. 77-inch reach versus a 75 inches reach. Let's see what we got here. Ben Saunders. Looks like a fucking praying mantis with tattoos. Coming off of a win. Let's see who we fight. Court McGee. So we got some names here. Round 3 decision, unanimous. I got to say, this one here, I'm not... I don't give a fuck about this one. I'm not going to lie. Sabota versus Poland. I don't give a fuck. I honestly don't give a shit about that fight, but that's okay. This one I give a shit about. Latvia versus Switzerland. Volkan versus Misha. Let's check out the statistics, the statisticals over here on the MMA Holes. Check it out. 4 in a row, 4 straight. And check this out. KO. Submission. My man is on a tear over here. Everyone's like, oh, hey, I'm not picking this dude. Misha, nah. He's going to fucking get smoked. Well, he's fighting a fucking guy that's a killer as well in Volkan. Volkan is a fucking beast. And everyone's like, oh, easy win. But I'm telling you, look at all the finishes by my formidable opponent over here. And he's only coming off of 1 win. It's a split decision. This here, a lot of people are saying is going to be fight of the night. And I kind of agree this is going to be a good one. When you go to the main event, Gus versus Tex, I am so over Glover. I'm done with him. His last fight killed me. He fought Pepperoni. Wait, who did he fight? No, I was going to say he fought Pepperoni Nipples, but he didn't. All right, here we go. Glover did win his last fight, UFC 208, which was the biggest piece of shit in the world. He fought Cannonier. Cannonier is a rising star, but definitely was not prepared for this fight. And it was probably one of the most boring fights I've ever seen in my life. Glover stayed on top of him like a fucking blanket. And that's that. Give me a Gus win on this one, please. I need Gus to win. Gus is trying to soar back up on top. Number 1 versus number 2. What do you guys think? Are you guys going to watch? Let me know. I have to know. On the MMA Holes. Wonderful. If you're just jumping in right now, we are the MMA Holes. This is our Wednesday show. We're winding it up, winding it down, and it's good to be alive here on the MMA Holes. Becky Dean says, haha, he does look like a praying mantis. He does, right? Mule, get your ass on the show. I would like to have the mule on the show for sure. G-Man, that was kind of cute. Vulcan, the Russian volcano. This girl told me I had a big dick once. Is Brian Roger. That's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Over Glover. The girl told me I had a big dick once. Brian Roger also says over Glover. Okay. Yep, Brian. Okay, guys. Listen, guys. It started off rocky. We ended off strong. The MMA Holes always prevail. Guys, tell me in the comment section when the stream shuts down. Let me know. Do you want to see a Fight Buddies on Sunday morning? Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning? It depends what time it is for you, but it's 1 p.m. Eastern time. The main card starts, 6 fights. If you guys want to see it, let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. And always remember, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.